Come join us and have your say. Let's talk about our way. Remember, you are not alone. Huda is the light in your home. We'll talk about Huda. We'll talk about our way. Come join us and have your say. Let's talk about our way. Remember, you are not alone. Huda is the light in your home.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam from all around the world, welcome to a new episode of your program, Viewers Pulse, one of the best programs here on Huda TV, where we try to give you, the briefing about what's happening here at Huda TV and the latest news, maybe some secrets as well as we're going to reveal tonight, inshallah. Let me begin first of all by reminding you of our phone numbers, 002-0238-555, 248 or 249. Again, 002-0238-555, 248 or 249. You can also send us an email, inshallah, or you can contact us on Facebook. And also we have Skype for you. We don't have it active tonight, but try to add us through Skype, inshallah, and then on future episodes we're going to open it up, bi'idhnillah ta'ala. Alright, so we have a very interesting episode prepared for you with a lot of reports and a very, very, very special guest. You've seen him at least twice before in the past week on Huda TV on some of our live programs. You've seen him on The Straight Path and you've seen him on Family Issues. It's Sheikh Abu Umar Abdul Aziz. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
This is kind of like the in-depth interview with Sheikh Abu Umar. We want to learn more about your personal life. And alhamdulillah, we're glad that you're joining us. Let me tell the brothers and sisters that Sheikh Abdul Aziz is here with us for about 6 days. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward him. He was flying from Kenya all the way to Turkey, and he decided to stop by here at our headquarters in Egypt in order to film a very, very, very beautiful program that is talking about how to attain happiness. We're going to learn from him the name of the program, inshallah. So let me go ahead and ask you, what was the name of the program? I know you guys were thinking about different names. The topic is, of course, very, very interesting. A lot of people in the world, I think everybody in the world, whether a person is a Muslim or a non-Muslim, really, they want to achieve happiness. And they want to achieve happiness in this life and in the next life. Many Muslims have a misconception that, this idea of happiness is not really something that a Muslim can achieve in this life. It's only something that's reserved in the hereafter in Jannah. Your thoughts about that?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Hamdan kathiran tayyiban barakan fih. Wa ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahda la sharika la wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu ba'd. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. First of all, I'd like to thank you again personally and Al-Huda TV as a family, inshallah. Not saying as a group, I'm saying as a family.
Jazakallah khairan.
Because you're becoming family now, alhamdulillah. Of spending so much time with you guys. The concept behind the book or behind the whole series of talks or the episodes, it's like you said, most of us have this misconception. I was part of that group, to be honest. When you used to think this world is just the Muslims, they have to suffer, and that's it. That's when you die, that's when happiness starts, which is very, very wrong. And just to prove it, it's wrong in a very simplistic way, the Prophet ﷺ, Anas bin Malik used to serve the Prophet ﷺ as his helper for 9 years. When he was asked what is the dua the Prophet ﷺ used to make most, what is the dua the Prophet ﷺ used to make most? He used to say, Allahumma Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanatan wa fil akhirati hasanatan qina adhab an-nar. Oh Allah, our Lord, give us good in this world and in the hereafter, and save us from the fire.
Subhanallah, saying that both in this world and in the hereafter. And so it's not only reserved for the hereafter.
Yes. If the Muslim was not to achieve goodness or happiness in this life, the Prophet ﷺ would never make this dua. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not teach us, as in Surah Al-Baqarah, that one of the signs of those people who will succeed is that they make this dua.
Yes.
They combine between the good of this life and in the hereafter. And of course, though, the concept of happiness, then that's another question. I know you'll ask me. It's different in Islam if you consider it in the view of the world we live today. But the Muslim, yes, he does enjoy and he does have happiness in this life and in the hereafter, inshallah.
Inshallah. We don't want to give out a lot of information about the program because we want our brothers and sisters to watch the program. What I can tell you, brothers and sisters, is it's being filmed right now. 26 episodes, inshallah, that are going to air over 2 seasons. Inshallah, most likely, we're hoping for that, inshallah, that the first episode of this program will begin airing on April 1st. That's what we're hoping for, inshallah, in the second quarter of this year. So inshallah, hopefully we can finish the editing work behind the scenes fast enough to get it on air. I can tell you the program has a very beautiful decor, that gives
mashallah,
gives you an idea of happiness.
Yes.
There's some pink colors in there.
It's pink, and there's some cream. Mashallah, they did a great job, to be honest.
Alhamdulillah. You know what? We want to go ahead and take a look at a clip from the program. We're going to be watching various clips from this program, inshallah, throughout this episode of Viewers Pulse, inshallah. The first clip is talking about the idea of patience and how important that is in order to achieve happiness in this life.
Something unpleasant happens, a test, a trial, like we say, let's say an earthquake, whatever. But because you resisted, you gained a reward for your struggle. Second, you gained and you benefited, experienced into that, and this built your inner strength. Third, if you could not do anything, you gain the reward of being patient and persevere. This actually makes you have joy and good hope even in the unpleasant situations. And secondly, it makes you have that raja, this concept of raja. You have a sincere devotion of hoping from the reward of Allah.
SubhanAllah, this is such a beautiful video. In less than 40 seconds, you were able just to give us a message about the importance of patience. We learn a lot about patience, and it's really one of the great things in Islam, but most of us don't link it to happiness, that if I become more patient in my life and the calamities that I face as a human being, that I'll become more happy.
Wallahi, the things you just said is very, very true. Most of us, we take for granted what Islam teaches us. This is, we can summarize it to this point. We take for granted what Islam teaches us. We haven't really realized the value of this beautiful deen of ours. Yani it's very, we can bring it down and say it like this. Who created you? The answer will be
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Allah. What does Allah say about Himself? He says, Inna Allah la yadhlimu an-nasa shay'a. Allah does not oppress anybody. So the opposite is true. Allah loves to benefit everybody. Yuridu Allahu bikum al-yusra. Allah wants ease for you. He does not want hardship. So you have to know, as long as Allah does not oppress anybody and He wants good for me, whatever He taught me, whatever He's directed me to, this is what is good for me. Now if you ask yourself how many times patience is mentioned in the Quran.
Yes, many times.
Many times. But for us, we still haven't grasped and said, see, this is the key to happiness. This is right here in front of my eyes.
SubhanAllah. So what you're doing in every episode, I'm guessing, correct me if I'm wrong, is that you're taking one issue and you're saying that this is one of the keys to becoming happy. If you apply this in your life, you'll become happy.
Yes, it's as you said, it's a combination of almost 26 different things. Like I put like they're going to see the program, inshallah. I say it's a recipe, and the recipe has ingredients, right?
Yes.
The ingredients, these are the 26 different ingredients, so that we can have and enjoy that cake of goodness and happiness in this life.
What did you decide to call the program? What was the final name that you
I think that was your idea, inshallah. My, mashallah, the name, the brothers, I think it's Mahmoud, Jazallah Khair, one of the...
Brother Mahmoud, he's the program director here at the TV.
He came up with a very beautiful name which I had to agree to. It's been called The Ultimate Way to Bliss.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah.
The Ultimate Way to Bliss, and I think it's a name which fits exactly what you are doing, inshallah.
MashaAllah. Let's go ahead and take a look at a second clip from the program, brothers and sisters. This clip is talking about the necessity of thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and how that makes us happy in this life and also in the next life, bi'idhnillah.
The cure is in yourself. It's how you deal with the good situations and how you deal with the difficult situations. Let Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take care of your wealth. Don't worry yourself so much. Your part is to thank Allah when good comes, and to be patient when that which is not so good comes. Once you do that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take care of you.
This could be an episode in itself, you know, just this simple message that you're passing in these few moments. SubhanAllah, you know, this is based on the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, of course, that, you know, every affair is good for the believer. And the Prophet ﷺ is amazed by how that is, and he says it's only for the believer.
Yes. If
something good happens to him, then he is thankful for it. And if something bad happens to him, then he is patient, and that is also good for him. Alhamdulillah.
The Prophet ﷺ, he says, "Ajaban li amr al-mu'min." As you said, this was an explanation of this hadith. And this hadith, wallahi, this is a very, very important concept if we put into practice. I can say, yani, boldly, half of what we're speaking about, it can be summarized in this hadith.
Subhanallah.
Yes, I can say that. And the Shaykh, rahimahullah, maybe we forgot to mention this, the concept or the source of this series of lectures or topics we're discussing is the simple book, which people they think is very, very small.
Yes.
As you can see, it's
a small book. I have it with me right here. We're going to have it on the screen momentarily, inshallah, for the brothers and sisters to see it. It's called Useful Ways of Leading a Happy Life. Useful Ways of Leading a Happy Life. So basically, you got the main idea from this book, and from what I understand is you added your own ideas also to it in order to make it beautiful. MashaAllah, it's on the screen right now.
Yes, the book, Alhamdulillah, yani, it is available in English. It's been translated actually twice with 2 different translators. The one I'm using is by the brother called Bashir or something, Bashir Ali, I think, printed in Saudi Arabia. Right?
Yeah, it doesn't, Bashir Ali Omar.
Yes, Bashir Ali Omar. And the other one was translated by our good brother, Sheikh Jalal Abul Arub. He is in Connecticut, in America. I've read this book, I can say, alhamdulillah, more than 10 or maybe 20 times, to be honest.
MashaAllah. For personal reasons?
For personal reasons. This is completely for personal reasons. And of course, I've done lectures for it in Toronto also, alhamdulillah, around 2 times.
Yes. I think you said also you gave a lecture series about this topic in Kenya.
Yes, Jazakallah khair for reminding me. We did a lecture series for a radio station, explaining in English, of course.
MashaAllah.
So, the Shaykh, subhanAllah, is very, very amazing, and the book is very, very profound, right to the point. He hits things right on the head, as we say.
Yes.
The Shaykh, by the way, is Shaykh Abdul Rahman Sa'di. Most people, they know Shaykh Ibn Uthaymeen.
Is it the same Shaykh Sa'di who was the famous translation of the Quran?
Yes.
This is the famous tafsir of the Quran.
When you hear Tafsir Sa'di, this is the Sa'di.
This is the same Shaykh Sa'di.
The same Shaykh. And so, I'm actually, if the viewers are going to see and watch the program, inshallah, and I'm very sure, humbly I say, you shall benefit, because I benefited myself.
Alhamdulillah.
I'm reading the book and explaining from the book. The book, as you say, is very, I say it's small, but it's very great.
Yes.
It's very great, yani, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. Another great way of achieving happiness that we don't often think about is the idea of salah on the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And one of the episodes that you did was about that. So, brothers and sisters, we want to go ahead and take a look at a clip from that, and we'll be right back, inshallah.
So when you're actually doing the salat on the Prophet ﷺ, first the benefit is what? You're actually responding to the command of Allah. It's part of the great deeds or good deeds you can do for yourself. And you mentioned in the beginning of these episodes, one of the best ways of attaining happiness is doing good, and Allah will give you good. This is one of the good deeds you can do.
I know filming a program like this is not easy. You know, you're here for a very limited time. You already filmed 3 episodes of book review with us, inshallah, that are going to be airing soon. Inshallah, they're going to be airing next week, beginning next week, inshallah. Let me remind the brothers and sisters, book review airs actually right after this program on Sundays and Tuesdays. And the first episode of Sheikh Abdul Aziz, one of the books that he authored, will be next week, inshallah, on Sunday night. So we want you, inshallah, to take a look at it and to watch it. It's going to be right after Viewer's Pulse, right after Viewer's Pulse. All right, so filming, a program of this magnitude, 26 episodes to be played over 2 seasons in 4 days, I'm sure something that's very tiring. You're not even done yet. You still have, how many episodes do you have left?
We still have around 5 episodes to go.
That's 5 episodes, mashallah.
That's for tomorrow, inshallah, and it's the same day when I'm catching my flight. So as you can see, I think you can see I'm tired of some.
Yeah.
Like alhamdulillah, the first of all, I think again the brothers were with me, and mashallah, they're very encouraging, very helpful. Second, I tend to enjoy myself when I'm doing this.
Yes, I think that's one of the keys to happiness also. You mentioned this in your program, like doing something for Islam.
Something good for others.
For others, for the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's the ways of achieving happiness,
This is one of the greatest ways anybody can be happy. And I personally, and those who know me well, especially family and those close friends, they know, even if I'm sick, I cannot sit at home. I have to go out and do something for somebody.
Yes.
I feel pleasure in that, and this is how the Prophet says. I had one of my friend, mashallah, very good brother from Morocco. He said to me something I'll never forget. One day we wanted to do something, maybe a halakah or just read a book, and one of us, he said, let's take a break today. So he said to us, when did the Prophet ﷺ take a vacation? Did you even hear one day the Prophet ﷺ said today is a break? Well, you can rest for a few hours or minutes.
Yes.
But do something every day for yourself.
Yes.
Do something. This makes you happy. And I've seen people, and I learned from others, and alhamdulillah. I can boldly say, and this is something I want to share with the viewers, one of the best ways to learn, especially matters like this, matters concerning life. Talk to people who are older than you. Look at people who are older than you. Learn from them. I think this is the best ways, one of the best ways you can learn.
I think realizing how difficult life is in general, and it's not only you who are facing difficulties, is also a way of achieving happiness, because you kind of don't have these really high expectations. And that's what our next clip is about, inshallah. So brothers and sisters, this clip is a little bit longer, a little bit over a minute, so we want you to concentrate on it and take a look at it. We'll be right back, inshallah.
Nobody can be free from tribulations. Nobody can be free from afflictions. Nobody can be free from tests. This is the life of the world. You have to be tested. So having a happy life and a good life does not contradict that. You have to understand that. This is very, very important for you to understand. It's how you deal with those tests that defines what is your destiny, happiness or wretchedness. Talking about tests, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنَ الْخَوْفِ وَالْجُوعِ وَنَقْصٍ مِّنَ الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَنفُسِ وَالثَّمَرَاتِ وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ. And certainly we shall test you with what? With khawf, fear, wal-ju'i, hunger, wa-naqs min al-amwal, and a reduction in your wealth, wal-anfus, and people, wal-thamarat, and a provision. But after all that, وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ, give good news to those who are patient.
SubhanAllah, when we don't have really high expectations of the world and we understand that we're here to be tested, then that helps us also to be happy, even if we have a lot or we have a little. And we understand that being tested is a part of life. Okay, inshallah. So we have one last clip, inshallah, that we're going to watch in just a moment, and it's talking about asking Allah forgiveness. So we want to go ahead and watch this last clip, and then Inshallah, we're going to come back. We have a couple minutes after that to talk about some very interesting things from Sheikh Abdul Aziz that you're going to only hear right here, not just on Huda TV, but on Viewers Pulse. Let's take a look.
Every time we seek forgiveness from Allah, wherever you are, just sitting, riding in your car, walking, sleeping, you say Astaghfirullah, Astaghfirullah, Astaghfirullah. What does it mean? When you say Astaghfirullah, it means I seek forgiveness from you, O Allah. Astaghfirullah, I seek forgiveness from Allah. Astaghfirullah, I seek forgiveness from you. So let it come from the heart so that it can have a direct, a good impact on your life.
SubhanAllah, 26 different ways of achieving bliss, of achieving happiness. And this is of course all based on a very important ayah of the Quran. Let's end with the best speech, which is the speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and talk about this ayah inshallah.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, من عمل صالحا من ذكر أو أنثى وهو مؤمن فلنحيينه حياة طيبة. That is Surah An-Nahl, chapter number 16, verse number 97. The one who does good actions, or the one who works righteousness, whether male or female, Islam does not discriminate. On the condition he or she is a true believer, we shall give him hayatan tayyiba, a good and pure life.
SubhanAllah, and this is in this dunya.
Of course, the ayah continues to say, وَلَنَجْزِيَنَّهُمْ أَجْرَهُمْ بِأَحْسَنِ مَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ. In the hereafter, we shall give them a better reward than what they used to do.
So the first part of the ayah is talking about the dunya, and the latter part of the ayah is talking about the hereafter. SubhanAllah.
And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, hayatan tayyiba. By the way, that's the first thing that the Shaykh he mentioned, and this one of them, we spent like 4 or 5 different episodes which just talking about this ayah. This is the key. This is the key to happiness.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Jazakallah khair. You have a lot of keys to happiness in this book, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And if we say that we have locks on them, inshallah, we want to go ahead and unlock them with these keys. Also, you just told me something very interesting, that you're gonna when you're finished with this and it airs, inshallah, you're gonna write a book based on the topics and the ideas that you've discussed in the episodes. And I think that's very, very great. So brothers and sisters can always have it as a reference in order to read it later, bi'idhnillah ta'ala. Jazakallah khairan. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you for all your great volunteer work and make it in your scale of good deeds, inshallah. Barakallahu feek. And we hope to see you again here soon on Huda TV in future programs.
Inshallah, inshallah.
Jazakallah khair. My dear brothers and sisters, I thank you so much for joining us here on this very special episode of Viewers Pulse with Sheikh Abu Umar Abdul Aziz. Brother Malik Ibn Glatos will be back with you, inshallah, on Sunday night. Take care of yourselves. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Come join us and have your say. Let's talk about our way. Remember, you are not alone. Huda is the light in your home. We'll talk about Huda. We'll talk about our way. Come join us and have your say. Let's talk about our way. Remember, you are not alone. Huda is the light in your home.